Test. All right, I believe we are live now. I'm going to pop out chat. Wow. How do I move this chat? It's not wanting to move. Well, I want this. Wow. Why can't I move my chat? Yeah, I got 9.5 hours sleep. I haven't had that much sleep in a long time. I needed to catch up on sleep so bad. I cut off all my alarms, everything, but right now I'm having a issue with trying to drag this chat. I'm trying to drag it over to my other monitor. I don't even see an X to even close unless that's it. Okay, there we go. Okay, I got it now. I was just trying to drag from the wrong bar. We're waiting a few minutes. I thought I would go ahead and provide an update for Bitcoin before I get back to work on my taxes. It's currently 3:50 a.m. in the morning. And I hope to get my taxes, my profit and loss sheet, my balance sheet, along with a few other things for support to my accountant before the end of the workday, so that then I can come back and finish my last lesson for the high time frame scalping section. Need to get that done, and then I know my premium subscribers will be very happy whenever I get that done, because that means signals would be just around the corner. All right, but we're waiting a few minutes. Let me go to YouTube on my other, go to YouTube on my Mac. Because I need to get a link to this live stream posted on Twitter and in premium chat. A link to this live. Let me turn down the volume on that. All right, I sent a link. And let me also send it on Twitter. We are live for a Bitcoin update. All right. Let me have a look at my chat again. Get that situated. Hey, good morning. Morning, Joey. Did you want me to notify others that you are live on Discord? Yeah, I appreciate that, mister. I just did. We'll give everybody, all their premium subs on Discord. Normally I do a private live stream only with my premium subs. But here lately, I've mainly been on TradingView for marketing purposes. I mentioned this in the previous video, and I just kind of got tired of the time I was investing on TradingView. It just got to the point where people would not even take the time to click like on my publications on TradingView. You know, that was my way of getting paid, because if you like one of my publications within a 24-hour period. It has to be a 24-hour period. Why? Because that's the only way your publications get up to the front page in crypto ideas on TradingView. That's the only way. For people, especially new people, to see your idea, because a lot of people do not even know I exist, especially new people. And the only way they get to see me or know that I exist is if my publications are able to go up to the front page, especially if they can go up to the top 4 of the front page like they used to. I used to be number 1 constantly over time, but people just stopped taking time to click like. So I got to the point where I can't even make it to the front page anymore. So I'm like, forget this. I'm done with TradingView. So I'm on YouTube now, where at least I will get paid for my time that I invest whenever I provide my opinion, which, by the way, this is my opinion. I am not responsible for any financial decisions that anyone makes based off my opinion. That's just my disclaimer. I will always, and that disclaimer is in the description of all my videos and live streams. Welcome, Jeff. Welcome, Paul. Welcome, Sasa. Abbas, welcome. Josu, welcome. We'll wait a couple of more minutes for people on Twitter, premium Discord chat. I might as well post it in the public Discord chat. Let me go and do that. I should have done that the last time that I posted an update. All right, we'll give it 2 or 3 more minutes. This is the way it will always be with my live streams. If I was to do a recording of this, it takes so long for that recording to upload and then to optimize for HD. So it's better to just always do a live stream. Yeah, again, I know some are probably wishing that I had updated earlier, but if you knew what all I've been doing behind the scenes and how little sleep that I have been getting. Yesterday I went to sleep at 4:30 p.m. I woke up at 2 a.m. So I woke up about a little more than an hour and a half ago. And I haven't got a 9.5 hour sleep. Gosh, it's been ages. It's been a while. I needed it. I'll just be happy to get these business taxes done. I hope to get them to my accountant by the end of the day today. But I thought I would go and provide an update for Bitcoin before I get back to my taxes. I need to renounce my U.S. citizenship and move to another country, preferably in the Caribbean, where I don't have to worry about these taxes. I only pay taxes when I consume, when I buy something. All right, let's go ahead and change that. Yeah, I've grown old on TradingView. I was also trying to get to 100,000 reputation score, but the more I saw it, it's just a damn number. That's all it is. It's just a damn number. And I was losing sight of what I was really on TradingView for, the reason that I was on TradingView, which was mainly to try to demonstrate, to prove to people that there is a better way. But it's kind of hard to do that if I don't tell them everything that they need to know. That's what my website's for. Because again, I've invested thousands of hours since 2016 especially. Perfecting the indicators, later adding later adding badass B-bands. Thank you, Josu, for helping me here lately with the most recent updates to badass B-bands, by the way. I just feel this is a better way. But I know some of you, especially if you're not a premium subscriber, you're not aware of all the rules, things of that sort. But again, I invested thousands of hours. I could have done all of this myself, not told anybody anything. But the main reason that I'm doing this, sharing everything that I've created over these thousands of hours, is to leave a legacy behind. Because if I didn't tell this to anybody and then I pass away, and this never got out to anybody, I didn't help anybody. I'm trying to leave a legacy behind to help people. But at the same time, I think I deserve the right to benefit from all the thousands of hours that I have invested. If somebody thinks that I owe them all the thousands of hours of time that I invested for free, I'm sorry, I do not agree with you, and I'm not going to get into politics there in that regard. Because if we are supposed to work thousands of hours for other people to give them other things for free, what incentive is there for me to invest these thousands of hours only to give it to other people for free? I'm not going to give it to anybody for free, period. I would have just kept it to myself, and then it would have died with me. All right, I tell you what, from now on, but the video you uploaded here got to be straight to the point and no filler. People on YouTube generally hate long video. I mean, if you want to have better view count. So I tell you what, from now on in the future, whenever I begin doing a live stream, I'll post the link, I'll wait 2 minutes, and then if people are late getting in, they will just have to rewind the live stream. They will have to rewind the video to see what they have missed. So you made a good point there. So we'll do that from now on after this. All right, now let's go ahead and get started with this. From the way that it's looking at the moment right now, I mean, yeah, it's possible we may have been in accumulation all of this time. That is possible. I should have went ahead and had another. Let me go and do this. BTC USD. Let's have a look at this one. That's what I like about YouTube. I can reduce the font size with my Control plus or Control negative. You know, I can change the font size without it stopping. If I did this on a recorded video publication, TradingView's platform would kick me off and make me start over. From, let's say, November 2018, selling climax, automatic rally, second test of support, simple rally, test of support, simple rally, last point of support before going up with an exponential rally. Some might have called that a sign of strength. Yeah, you might have thought of that was a sign of strength in the beginning, but ultimately, did we end up not having a Wyckoff spring where we came all the way back down to these levels? We had a Wyckoff spring. Schematics, accumulation schematics and distribution schematics, Wyckoff accumulation and distribution schematics are much more complex now because the price structure, the wave structure, especially in the age of crypto, has changed a lot since the decades ago that Richard D. Wyckoff noticed these wave patterns and structures and basically documented all that, gave names to each event within each phase of each schematic, things of that sort. Well, nowadays, especially in crypto, it's quite often to have two-tiered. Tier number one, the lower level. Tier number two, the upper level. It's quite often to have a two-tiered, two-level accumulation schematic or distribution schematic. This particular one is called a long-term Tier 2 accumulation schematic. Why? Again, accumulation schematic, because the majority of the accumulation occurred in Tier 2, not Tier 1, the lower level. That's Tier 1 was mostly used for liquidation, where we liquidated shorts here. For instance, I know somebody on Twitter who lost $16 million, lost everything because they shorted right here. Whenever we went up right here, they got liquidated. Some of you may know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention any names. But Tier 1 is mainly used for liquidation purposes, meaning we didn't stay in this tier very long. We'd come out here where we liquidated shorts right here when we went up, and then we liquidated longs right here in this COVID dump when we came down. And note, we did not stay down in Tier 1 very long at all. It came right back up. So we liquidated shorts here, then we liquidated longs because a lot of people thought we were going to keep falling here. I saw it on YouTube a lot and Twitter. All right, but this was our Wyckoff spring in phase C, as in Charlie, where we then, it's not considered a sign of strength until you go up above this preliminary support level right here. And this is a two-leveled, two-tiered preliminary support level, where we went up with a sign of strength, where this level is no longer preliminary support, now it's actual support, but we went way above it. We had a last point of support, last point of support. Then finally our sign of strength stopped here, which basically also ended up being a buying climax for a period of distribution. What I'm trying to point out here is when we went up with this sign of strength, from where in our transition from phase C as in Charlie to phase D as in Delta, all of this is our backup last point of support event in phase D as in Delta before going up in our trend with another sign of strength. It'd have to be above, really above the 70K. I know we went to 69K, but we need to see the price action go up substantially above 69K. Why substantially? Which would be around that aqua diagonal trend line right here. We need to see a sign of strength go up substantially above that to allow enough room so that when we fall back down, we find support right there. All right, so we're waiting to determine if we are in accumulation right here locally in the 12-hour time frame. This is the 3-day time frame. You use the 3-day, 4-day, sometimes the weekly, especially for legacy assets. We use these time frames, 3-day up to about the weekly, for long-term accumulation or distribution schematics, and we use lower time frames such as this 12-hour time frame to get more details for periods of reaccumulation or redistribution, which that's what I've been plotting out here for quite a while. But the reason I brought this up is only to mention that we are in phase D, as in Delta, of our backup last point of support event, of this long-term accumulation that we've been in ever since November of 2018. Some might argue, no, this was distribution, but also this sign of weakness right here in distribution in 2018 acted as our selling climax for accumulation, where we actually begun accumulation here. All right, but we're in our backup last point of support event. That's just what we're looking at long term. Wait till we get into phase E and see what that looks like. When I say wait until we get to phase E and see what that looks like, here was a long backup last point of support right here in 2016. This was phase D, as in Delta. Phase A, B, and C right here. Here was our Wyckoff spring. You don't have to have a spring, by the way, but here was a Wyckoff spring in phase C before going up above preliminary support with a sign of strength. Then we found support, so we have to go up high enough with authority so that when we come back down with a pullback, we find support at least right at preliminary support. It can be higher, like what we did present day. But note, whenever we went up with another sign of strength above this preliminary support, we went up in phase D. When we went up with another sign of strength, that begun phase E, where you have one stepping stone after another, putting in more higher highs over and over again, where it just begins to go up exponentially. That's what we are about to begin before much longer, in my opinion. That's what we are about to begin before much longer. And when it goes up, and actually if you think about it, what's going on in the world right now, financially, economically, politically, geopolitically, of course socially too, but that doesn't really affect crypto as much as the first four things that I mentioned. I mean, this is brewing up. This is setting up for us to potentially to go up exponentially in one stepping stone after another in phase E. So really all of this period in this backup last point of support, true enough, there's some consolidation going on here during distribution going on here during this long period of our backup last point of support event in phase D, just like we had a relatively long period right here in our backup last point of support event right here. In 2016, it's like we had two backup last point of support events. The reason why, that had a lot to do with the Bitfinance hack that we had in 2016 right here. So it was kind of prolonged before we really took off and went up exponentially in our phase E, as in echo. Will we have something like that here present day? Yes, I believe we will have something that could prolong us, and that may occur right in here before we go up exponentially. What may occur? What may occur may be the question. This is why, in my opinion, it's so important for y'all to be here right now, and this is why it's so important for me to do a long video this time. Here's why it's so important. I believe people can say, I'm putting on my tinfoil hat for you now. My tinfoil hat's on, and I'm wearing it proudly. I believe there is going to be a hack of the financial system. Whether it's hacking banks around the world, hacking exchanges around the world. What exchanges? COMEX, Dow Jones Industrial, S&P 500. There's going to be a hack of exchanges, hack of banks, especially major banks, and they're going to blame the Russians. When I say they, there's people behind the scenes that are trying to start war that has to do with the central banking system. The central banking system is a corrupt system. They create money out of thin air, loan it to other governments with interest. Of course, they were making a killing on interest, like back in the 70s in the U.S. The interest rate was up there around 20, in between 17 and 20% at one time in the 80s. I remember that. They made a killing on interest from governments when they loaned them this money that they so-called money that they create out of thin air. Out of thin air. Now, there's a lot of other things that I can get into as far as the scam, the other big part of the scam, where they also control the markets. And during periods of inflation and whatnot, especially during the years of Carter, whenever he was president in the 80s, they used periods in which they crashed the market, such as in 87, in 2000, 2008. They use that period to wreck people, to force them to foreclose on their home, for example. They lost their job. They basically took everything that they own. Also, the banks are in collusion with the central banks. How so? Through I'm having a brain fart here. Gosh, I can't believe I forgot this. Banks can also create money out of thin air whenever we give our money to banks. When you put your money in a bank, it's no longer your money. You're giving them permission to invest your money for their benefit. For their benefit. All right, and one way of investing is loaning that money to you to buy a house, to start a business. But when they intentionally crash the market, causing you to lose your job where you can no longer make a payment on that house, guess who owns the deed to that house? The bank does, that you got the loan from. They loaned you money. They created money out of thin air. Loaned you that money at no risk to themselves. And in the beginning, the first 10, 15 years of that mortgage, they are making a lot of money. Very little of the payments that you make is going towards principal. Most of it is paying interest. All right, whenever they crash the markets, you may have lost your job and also lost your house. Now they own the deed to this house from money that they created out of thin air when they loaned it to you. Now they have an actual real asset. Because that money that they created out of thin air is worthless. It's worthless. They ruined your life, your livelihood, took your property at no risk to you, none whatsoever, none. All right, but all of this is a scam. But over time, with inflation, it gets to a point, the fiat currency system is designed to fail over time. And during those times, they are robbing you blind. Seriously. And they intentionally crash the markets for this purpose, to slowly, over time, they're very patient about this, to slowly, over time, accumulate assets at no risk to themselves with money that they create out of thin air. So all of this is a corrupt system. All right, and everybody around the world is starting to wake up to this, and they know it. They don't have a war that they want real badly to cover up for their failing fiat corrupt system. They tried to have something such as COVID to try to cover for to make an excuse for their failing fiat system. That they're trying to start stuff. Whenever I say they, ultimately it's the central banking system who bribes government officials, both federally, state, and local, in county and city. I mean, it's deep and wide how far the corruption is. It's deep and wide. And they are desperately trying to create a cover story for an excuse for why their system is failing. But everybody's waking up to it. That's also why Bitcoin was created. That's also why we have many other cryptocurrencies. Some of which that I feel is better than Bitcoin, by the way. But the reason for bringing this up is this. And even Charles Schwab has mentioned this. The next thing that's coming, I'm telling you, the next thing that's coming is a hack of the financial system. Because they're not going, COVID didn't work for them. They can't get a world war going. They're trying to, but they can't get it going. So the next thing, and I think they know that they're about to get caught. I think that they know that they're about to get caught. Why am I saying that? Because their philosophy now, because they already know that, hey, we get caught, we'll probably go to military tribunals, end up getting sentenced to either life in prison or death, especially if it's for treason. Especially all of these people who went to the Charles Schwab School at the World Economic Forum, who are getting in line with his vision of future economics, financial system, whatnot, where we will supposedly own nothing and somehow be happy? No. But again, I think now they know that, this is it. They're going to the end. When I say they're going to the end, they already know that they're caught. They already know this. They're caught. So I think what they're willing to do now is, well, since I'm caught, I'm going to bring everybody else down with me. I'm going to take everybody down. I'm going to ruin everybody financially, economically, socially, you name it. They're going to just go and bring everybody down with them. So I think the next thing coming is a hack of the financial system. This is my opinion, and I'm wearing my tinfoil hat proudly. Most certainly am. But you have a right to share your opinion, just as I have a right to share my opinion. All right, but I believe that's what's coming next. Why is that so important? Why is that so important to know? Here's why. Doesn't Binance Global use a bank? They are not a bank, but they use a bank. They use a bank now. Whenever you send a wire transfer to them, that bank holds those US dollars, those euros, Great British pounds, whatever. They use a bank to hold fiat, period. Same thing with Gemini. Many crypto exchanges. Let's say you trade stocks, you trade Forex. Don't you use a broker? Yes, you use a broker. Is that broker a bank? No. Do they use a bank? Yes. Can that bank for that broker get hacked? Yes. Can that bank for that crypto exchange get hacked? Yes. What do you think is going to happen with those exchanges, those brokers, when there's a hack of their bank? What do you think is going to happen with your money? For example, let's say 30% of all the capital, let's say 30% of the capital on Binance Global, 30% of it is fiat in a bank. And the rest of their capital is crypto that they hold in cold storage. All right, 30%. Now, if that bank is hacked by Binance Global and they lose everything, 30% of their capital, everybody on that exchange is going to have a 30% hit. Everyone. Just like on Bitfinex in 2016. I was there. I know I lost $68,000 then in 2016. I did not want to stick around for a year to slowly get all mine back, because I was so concerned about lawsuits, things of that sort, and then courts end up locking up the exchange, and then I won't see nothing for a long time, kind of similar to a Mt. Gox. I did not want to take that risk. I just swallowed that loss and left and had nothing else to do with them. But everybody on Bitfinex took a 37% hit. If you didn't stick around, like me, I didn't stick around. Some still stuck around, but I didn't. That should be a prime example to you, to show you that just in that example, in that case, when there's a hit like that on an exchange. Now, a broker, like for stock trading or Forex, they don't have crypto. That's 100% fiat. No, now, granted, there are some brokers, such as Robinhood, for example, that trade stocks, indexes, maybe some Forex too, I don't know, but also crypto. So, you know, they may be kind of like a Bitfinex, where it's a certain percentage hit. But if you're just straight up trading Forex or straight up trading stocks or whatever, and through your broker, and that broker's bank gets hacked and you lose everything, you will lose everything. That's my opinion. You will lose everything. All right. So just to, the main reason I'm mentioning this is a very important time to really evaluate how can we avoid getting hit financially. This is why it's so important. I know many of you want to keep quite a bit. Some have all of their crypto on an exchange because they don't really have a whole lot of capital. And they have all of it on the exchange and want to trade it to try to increase their capital on that exchange. I can understand that, but we must consider what is going on right now, financially, economically, especially politically and geopolitically right now, with the World Economic Forum and things of that sort. You seriously have to evaluate what's going on right now, and if you are any kind of trader on any kind of exchange, on any asset, you need to seriously think about, what do I need to do to protect my capital while still trading? This is why I've recommended 20 to 30% of your capital should be on that exchange trading. Take the other 70 to 80% off exchange. And you don't have to, whenever you take it off exchange, like for crypto, you don't have to take off Litecoin, Bitcoin, whatever. If you won't, take a stable coin if you're concerned about the fluctuations in the market. For example, if there's a hack of the financial system, just like there was a hack of Bitfinex in 2016, right here, what happened? Bam! You know, just like a COVID dump. Bam! Well, that's what could happen present day. Well, in that particular scenario, it would probably be a good idea to have a stable coin rather than an actual coin. Or maybe you want to kind of balance that. Maybe have half of that 70 to 80% that's off exchange, have half of it in actual Bitcoin, Cardano, or whatever you choose. And then the other half in stable coins. Also, it's not a good idea to have actual cash in your hands at your house, apartment, business, whatever. So that when there is a hack, and I believe there will be one, of the financial system, when there is one, it's going to be hard to buy anything with credit cards, debit cards. So it'd be a good idea to have some cash on hand. Now again, I'm wearing my tinfoil hat proudly. I'm sharing my opinion. Don't knock me for sharing my opinion, because I'm not going to knock you for sharing yours. Just keep that in mind. All right, but let's go ahead and get back to the analysis. I just wanted to get that across to you. I wanted to get that across to you because some people may not be aware that this is going on. So you seriously need to consider protecting yourself, because it's getting close. Whenever I say it's getting close, for example, the IMF, the date, March 12th. March 12th. I'm not saying something's going to happen on March 12th. On March 12th, that is when the IMF has declared that Russian banks can no longer use their SWIFT system. March 12th. Something may happen after March 12th where the central banks have their bad actors that's going to hack the financial system and blame it on who? Russia. It's all Russia's fault. No, it's not. It's a false flag. And I know that YouTube has a algorithm listening to the things that I'm saying, even FF. I won't say that again. They may end up removing this. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I believe that is what is on the plate to occur soon. Because they know that they've been caught, in my opinion. They know that they've been caught. When I say they, I'm talking about the World Economic Forum, everybody, all the leaders and stuff. When I say leaders, not just of countries, but also of big corporations such as Bill Gates from Microsoft, just one of several. I believe they know that they've been caught, and they are perfectly willing to just destroy everything, financially, economically, out of spite, because they know that they're caught. And it's just a matter of time before they're brought to justice. Some of them may end up killing themselves before getting brought to justice. But again, that's my opinion. I'll look at chat here for a minute and see what's going on. Yeah, that's a consideration right there. Yeah, that is a consideration. All right. Now, I know everybody's here mainly for an update on Bitcoin, but I thought it was very important to tell y'all, to share my opinion on what I believe is about to happen. When it actually happens, I don't know. But I don't think we're far away from it, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't. I don't think we're very far away from it at all. But again, that's my opinion. And if I lose some followers for sharing my opinion, so be it. I do not care. I do not care to be a part of any kind of cancel culture. I don't want any part of that. I should have the freedom to speak freely as I want, just as I allow you to speak freely as you want. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, don't listen. Leave. Watch another channel. And just the same thing with me. If I don't want to hear what you have to say, I can leave. I don't want to cancel you. I don't want to cancel your free speech. But we won't go there. All right. So again, all of this right here, in my opinion, is a backup last point of support. Excuse me. Is a backup last point of support event in phase D, as in Delta, of our long-term accumulation. Now, will we have a similar COVID event like we had right here in March 2020, or like we had in a Bitfinex hack in July, August 2016? That is possible. That is possible. It's hard to say, but it's very, very possible. So just be careful, be cautious. And if we had one, I would think it might come down to this magenta diagonal trend line or this yellow diagonal trend line. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen and we're coming down here. But I am saying if there is a hack of the financial system, don't be surprised if that occurs. Do not be surprised if that occurs. All right, let's have a look at time frames. Let's go to the, let's see, that may be immediate group. Yeah, that's the immediate group. And I need to increase the font size again. Let me go back over here to this chart to see if it's increased properly. I may have increased it one too many. I don't know. Let's see. No, it's not. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Yeah. Let me take a hit of my e-cig, then get back started. All right, our short-term group. Definitely when this blue LSMA was approaching level 30, that increased the odds of us going up to the white aqua upper B band. Got above level 30, that increases the odds to go up to the white aqua upper B bands, and we kept wicking up to it. When the red RSI and blue SMA got above level 50, those of you who have followed me for quite a while know this very well, that creates an opportunity for expansion of the B bands. And since the red RSI and blue SMA are going above level 50, this would be called expansion up, not expansion down, where the red RSI and blue SMA both went below level 50. That creates an opportunity for expansion down. Will we have expansion up here in this 6 hour and this 8 hour? Well, we would need to go to the near term group to get an idea of that. Of course, we knew here when the red RSI went above level 30 in the 8 hour, when the red RSI went above level 30, isn't level 30 white just as level 70 is white? Level 30, red RSI went above it, the white, level 30, white. That is synonymous with the white lower B band. When the red RSI goes above that, that creates an opportunity for us to go up from the white lower B band to at least the basis. Especially with the blue LSMA approaching level 20 here. That's very good odds of going up to the basis. Let me replay right here. At that particular time when the red RSI was about to go above level 50, let me delete that and delete that. All right, when the red RSI was about to go above level 50, we see 10%, 10.1%, but we see 10% spread between the white lower and the white upper, which means there's 5% from the white lower to the basis. You already know that the odds are quite high for a 5% move up to the B-band basis when this red RSI goes above level 50, because this blue LSMA, it's not still falling. It's making it turn up towards level 20. That's a premium signal for a 5% move up to the B-band basis. And if you are in a margin position, let's say at 5x leverage, I know this is not the proper math, but a 5% move at 5x leverage, you do the math on how much gain you could have there on that. But I also know, let that blue LSMA get above level 30 or approaching level 30. Now we're looking at getting up to the white aqua upper B bands. Well, the white aqua upper B bands are currently coming down. And why? Because we're getting contraction of the B bands. We were starting to get expansion down. Why? Because red RSI and blue SMA are below level 50. We were starting to get a little bit of expansion down. But the green RSI came up, red RSI made contact with the green while going up, indicating upward pressure, and the red RSI got above level 20. Well, we have a chance to begin leveling out from this expansion down. We have a chance of leveling out. Now, if this blue LSMA gets above level 20, we have a chance for even more contraction. We stop this expansion and we can get more contraction of the B bands and the price action going up with that contraction. Now I'm going to click play. All right, and also one more thing. We have a 3.3% spread. If you opened your long at this white lower, going up towards this basis, approximately a 5% move. Now it ends up being about 4 3/4% move. But if you opened it here, you see 3.3% between the white lower and the aqua lower B band. 2% would be about right here at 37,350. That would be about 2% from the white lower. In other words, that's about where I would set my stop loss. And if you say, well, yeah, you're telling me that 2% would be about right there. What price is that? Well, you see the price of the B bands, the aqua lower, the white lower, the white upper, the aqua upper. You see those prices here, but you can also use your crosshair whenever you move it there and say, okay, I'll set my stop loss about 37,354. Actually, I would set it about 37,343. Not at 350 or higher. That's usually a kind of a common number, but you would have set your stop loss there. But also knowing that the odds are quite high that we're going up to that basis that is currently coming down. So keep in mind that the price that you see there, it may not be that price until the next candle maybe, but I'm going to go and click play again. Well, when I click play, it automatically advanced us to where we are present day. But you see, we not only went to the basis, but we shot up real quick to the white aqua upper. Mainly because now that blue LSMA got above level 30. That's why. But we also know that we're still having contraction of the B bands. Why? Why we're getting contraction and no expansion? No expansion. In other words, we would like expansion up, wouldn't we? But the only way that's going to happen, we need that red RSI and blue LSMA to get above level 50, don't we? We most certainly do. So if we want to get expansion up from here, we need the red RSI and blue. We need that blue LSMA to at least get above level 40, while the red RSI is above level 50, to begin seeing visible sign of expansion. So this red diagonal trend line may be it for now until this blue LSMA can come up to level 50. But now let me say this, if that blue LSMA does make it up to level 50, but that green RSI is coming down at that particular time, then that reduces the odds of expansion at that particular time. Just like right here, the blue LSMA made it above level 50 here. You would think, hey, we're about to get some expansion up. No, not if the green RSI is coming down. No, we're not going to get expansion up. Here, the red RSI and blue LSMA are above level 50, but the green RSI is coming down. And you're not just going by this time frame. You also have to look at other time frames to determine whether or not we may get expansion up or expansion down. You don't go by just this time frame you're looking at. Well, he said if red RSI and blue SMA goes above level 50, we can get expansion up. No, not if the green RSI is going down. Well, other time frames will help you determine if that green RSI is going to come down, number one. Lower time frames would. But also, higher time frames gives you a big clue as well, as far as what may be your ceiling or resistance, or what may be your support or the floor that I get into on the website. Higher time frames. When I say higher time frames, right now I'm in the short-term group. You would need to be in the near-term group to determine if your momentum is up, like in this 12-hour and 24-hour especially. If you're using the short-term group to scalp, you need to make sure that when you scalp, such as opening a long position, you want to make sure that 12-hour and 24-hour has momentum, white energy, momentum. You want to make, and that green RSI is going up, you want to make sure that you have momentum up, when in those time frames when opening a long position. Same thing goes if you're opening a short position. You want to make sure that 12-hour and 24-hour has momentum down. That white energy is going below level 50. Momentum down. The white energy is going below level 50. Momentum down. Especially in that 12-hour and 24-hour time frame. Never, ever, if you want to be a consistent trader, never, ever, as far as high time frame scalping, if you want to be consistent, when I say consistent, I'm not talking about a consistent loser. If you want to be a consistent loser, then never ever pay attention to your momentum in the 12-hour and 24-hour time frame and just scalp whenever you see the red RSI, blue SMA go above level 50 or below level 50. And there's times that you're going to be, you may open a long while there's in the short-term group of time frames, while you have momentum down in the near-term groups of time frames. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. So you want to make sure that whenever you open a scalp in your short-term group, that you are scalping with the momentum, not against it. If you want to be consistent. But also, you need to know, a lot of people may have no problem knowing where to open a trade. Their problem is knowing when to close the trade, when to take profit. I get into that on my website, in especially the high time frame scalping section. I get into that. All right, let's get back to this. Let's see what our near-term group looks like with our momentum. Of course, the odds were very high for us to come up to this white aqua upper B band because the red RSI. The blue SMA is already above level 30. Now here's the red RSI about to go above level 30. So the odds were quite high of us going up to the white aqua upper B band. Red RSI is already above level 30. Blue SMA about to go above level 30. White aqua upper B bands in the daily. But hey, think about it. Think about this. If we want to get expansion up, if we want that price action to keep going up even more in this daily with expansion, that red RSI and blue SMA better get above level 50. They better get above level 50 if we want to get expansion up. If we begin seeing expansion and that red RSI and blue SMA are this low, be careful. You're overextended up. Be careful. That's a bull trap. It's about to come back down. You know, if this green RSI kept going up to this, right now the price action is overextended up to the white upper B band. If it keeps going up to the aqua upper and the green RSI is not even up here at this aqua upper, we're overextended up. Expect it to come down. Do not be surprised if it comes right back down. Right now it's about an 80% chance of that occurring. 70, I say right now about 70. Let's see what happens the next candle. Just a minute. We'll look at other time frames. Just a minute. Again, I know my videos are long. This one needed to be long this time because I wanted to give what, in my opinion, is fair warning. This is a critical time to seriously consider protecting your capital with what I believe is about to occur in the very near future. When it occurs, I don't know. Red RSI, blue SMA already above level 50 in the 2-day. So all it takes is that green RSI going above level 50 in this 2-day to get expansion up. But heck, looking at this daily, it may still be at least 2 or 3 more daily candles to have a chance of that happening. Also, let me mention something else about the daily. The basis, 39,777. The basis, the yellow dotted basis, is synonymous with level 50 inside Phoenix Ascending Indicator. Phoenix Ascending Indicator, for those who are new. This is Phoenix Ascending Indicator. These are badass B-bands. That's the name of those, badass B-bands. All right, that red RSI needs to get on up here to level 50 or at least level 40 to show support at this B-band basis, to show support at 39,776. If it can't get up there, right now it's showing that, you know, we may potentially have support just above the white lower B-band at around 38,000, just above the white lower at around 38,000. So right now we're overextended up to the white aqua upper B bands, and the red RSI is not up there near the white aqua upper up here to hold the price up there, to hold it as support until the blue LSMA can get above level 50 to then go on up from the white aqua upper with expansion up. You know, there's still a lot of work there yet to do. So this is it, I believe, for now. Within these white aqua upper B bands for now, because we have a lot of work to do with this red RSI to get it up to level 50 to justify even having support at the basis. All right, so we have to be don't FOMO in right now. That's my opinion. What you do with your money is your choice. Again, I'm sharing my opinion. I would not FOMO in right now. Not at this price. No, I would not do that. Not right now. I would wait for a pullback. That's my opinion of what we're seeing in the daily time frame. Now, if we look at the 12-hour time frame, this red RSI is near level 50. The blue LSMA is about to go above level 50. So we certainly have support at the basis, don't we? The next 12-hour candle that begins in 1 hour and 10 minutes, 1 hour and 9 minutes, that red RSI could be going up above level 50, the blue LSMA above level 50, and we may begin to see a little bit of expansion. And note, I said a little bit. I'm not expecting a whole lot of expansion up in the 12-hour time frame. I'm not. The main reason I'm not expecting a whole lot of expansion up in the 24-hour time frame is that we need to see where this red RSI and blue LSMA are the next daily candle that begins in 13 hours. Because, yeah, you might get a little bit of expansion up, might even wick up towards the orange upper B band in the 12-hour at about 47,000. But if this green RSI ends up coming up here to the orange upper in the 12-hour, this green RSI ends up coming up here to the orange upper B band around 47,000. Is that red RSI up here to keep it held up here as support like we were here? Wasn't the red RSI up around here to keep it held as support for a while? But once that red RSI came below level 70, the white upper, level 70, we fell from the white upper. Actually, white aqua, in between the white aqua, level 80, the red RSI. Number one, the green RSI is already overextended below the white aqua upper, the red RSI. But we're falling from in between the aqua and white B bands where that candle opened. We're about to lose support there. We're about to fall from there. Now we're falling from the white. The red RSI is saying, look, this is it. You're likely not going to come up above this. The green RSI is already overextending down. We're coming towards the basis. The red RSI now, when it goes below the basis, you're at risk of falling below the basis, which we did just a little bit, but we were having contraction. You have to be careful during contraction to assume that it's immediately going to fall just then. They did a bull trap first before then the red RSI going below level 50 again, and the price action falls from the basis. The blue LSMA went below level 50 too. We fell from the basis down below the basis. We remained below the yellow dotted basis for a sustained period of time because the red RSI and blue SMA were below level 50, the B-band basis, below level 50 for a sustained period of time. If we want to get above the basis, but then remain above the basis for a sustained period of time, the red RSI and blue SMA both need to get above level 50. But if we go up here towards the orange upper B-band, that red RSI and blue SMA better keep moving, keep going up to eventually hold support there. When I say eventually hold support there, if we went up to the if we went up to the orange upper B-band at around 37,000, we're overextended up because the red RSI is not up there to keep it held up there at the orange upper. So one of two things has to happen. Either the price action immediately comes back down to where the red RSI says it should be at that time. So let's say the next candle, if we did go up to the orange upper B band, the red RSI may be just above the basis, just above level 50, which is synonymous with the yellow dotted basis. We would be at risk of the price falling back down from the orange upper B band back down to within proximity of the basis. That's one thing that could happen. Another thing that could happen is if we went up to the orange upper B band, the price action could go sideways, waiting for the red RSI to catch up to show that then, okay, we have support here, I got you. Just like, for example, here. We had we have expansion up right here. The green RSI went up toward, and the energy momentum went up towards this orange upper B band. We were up there around the orange, but the red RSI is way down here. It's not up there to keep it held up there. So one of two things has to happen. Either the price action immediately comes back down in between the white upper and basis. Why am I saying in between the white upper and basis? Because that's where the red RSI is, between the white upper and the basis. So either the price action needs to come back down to that, or the price action goes sideways, waiting for the red RSI to catch up with it to show support at the white aqua upper. So that then if the green RSI goes up towards the orange upper again, well, here we go again. Because now the red RSI is saying, I got you. You can go up again. You would use other time frames, to lower time frames than this, to see that it could go up again. Again, there's more. I can tell you. I'm just telling you quite a bit in this video just to give you an idea of what's going. But also you got to know not only when to open a position, but when do I close a position. That's important to know too, because quite often people see something, they sit there and watch it move up, and then they're wondering, is it going to keep going up? Do I take profit? That's usually where a lot of people fail, and that's why they're not consistently making money. That's a big contributor in that, of why aspiring day traders are not consistently making money if they intend to scalp. Swing trading or investing is totally different from scalping. That blue LSMA is super low here in the 5-day time frame. Yeah, the red RSI is above level 30. We're trying to go up above from the white lower, but we just have a hard time getting above this basis, don't we? We need that blue LSMA to get above level 30 if we want to go up from the basis to the white aqua upper, but then keep going up. Right now it's hard to even get expansion up in this 5-day time frame, because not only do we need the red RSI above level 50, that blue LSMA has a lot of work to get above level 50 before we ever have a chance of increased odds of getting expansion up. So we may still be sideways here for a while, still in accumulation. We might also, due to a financial hack, while we're going sideways, all of a sudden, bam, just slam down. Just like what we saw in 2016 with the Bitfinance hack, and just like what we saw with the COVID dump. So be careful, that is very possible. We can't see the chart behind your, oh, thank you. I need to remove that. I said I was going to do that last time. Let me remove that. Oops. Let me transition. And OLED display, Sony Alpha. Now let me transition back. There. That should be better now. Make sure that's, I believe y'all no longer see my image in the bottom left hand corner, and I'm going to keep that away from now so that there's never an issue with y'all not being able to see the indicators in this bottom left hand corner. Thanks for reminding me of that, and I'm sorry I was not watching the chat at that time. I'm waiting a moment just to make sure y'all do not no longer see my image here in the bottom left hand corner. It works. Okay. All right, but yeah, we still have some work to do, in my opinion, is what you can see with this 5-day. True enough, the red RSI is trying to get above level 50 with energy going up. This blue LSMA in the 6-day. Let's bring that full screen. This blue LSMA in the 6-day, it appears it's about to go above level 30 or be right at level 30 the next candle. So we already know the odds are pretty high of going up to the basis at 45,170 this current 6-day candle, because the red RSI is above level 30. But is the blue LSMA above level 30? No. So right now that basis is your target. Can we go up to the white aqua upper? That blue LSMA's got to get above level 30 to increase the odds of that occurring. If we go up to the white aqua upper too soon, we may just go sideways within the white aqua upper until the blue LSMA does get above level 30. As you can see in the weekly, the basis 47,555. I would say that's pretty firm resistance for now. Level 50, the B-band basis, is pretty firm resistance for now. 47,555, because in order to have increased odds of going up from that basis to the white or aqua upper, that blue LSMA needs to be above level 30. And it's not. It's below level 20. All right. Now, is that to say that we're not on our way up there right now? No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, is it's going to take time to go up to that. If that's the case, if that's what we're doing right now, it's going to take time to get up to that white aqua upper. Well, if we did that, remember, we're sideways in accumulation, it appears right now. So if we go on up above this basis to the white aqua upper, I would consider that a sign of strength out of this accumulation, a sign of strength to the white aqua upper, and then expect a pullback back down to the basis, which would be at the upper boundary of this accumulation. Come back to the basis to find support before then potentially going up again. But that's going to take some time, because each one of these candles is a period of 1 week, 7 days. So that's going to take a little time if that's what we're actually doing right now. I believe that makes sense to y'all. If you understand my indicators, I believe that makes sense to you. Let me change these a bit. I'm going to put that one back like that, like I had it, and expand it just a little bit. No, let's go ahead and scale it up. That way we can see it easier. I will go ahead and expand these up too, just so that we can see where we are within the B bands easier. Red RSI and blue SMA are above level 30, white aqua upper. The green RSI, it needs to keep going up in that 3-day time frame. We're trying to get upward pressure to continue in this 12-hour. We get a new 12-hour in 55 minutes. We want that red RSI to get above level 50. Why? To trigger upward pressure that lasts for how long? Until the white energy comes back down to level 50. But now, will that white energy in this 12-hour come down to level 50, close below level 50, to trigger downward pressure before the red RSI in the 24-hour can close above level 50 to trigger upward pressure? That's going to be a race to watch. To help determine which race might win, go from this near-term group to the short-term group to begin watching to see if you start having downward pressure triggered with the red RSI going below level 50 in the 30-minute, and then the 1 hour, and then the 2 hour. Right now, that blue LSMA is up pretty high in the 1 hour, 90-minute, and 2 hour, and the 4 hour. We're already getting visible sign of expansion in the 6 hour. The next 8-hour candle that begins in approximately 5 hours, we might begin to see visual sign of expansion up in the 8-hour time frame. But again, in my opinion, what I consider pretty firm resistance for now is the B-band basis in the weekly. 47,560 is where it's at currently, the B-band basis in the weekly. Because that blue LSMA, it needs to get on up here, at least on the verge of going above level 30. It needs to get on up here on the verge of going above level 30, let's say, which could be that we'll see what happens the next weekly candle, where it's at. But this weekly candle, most certainly 47,560 is resistance, because this blue LSMA is too low to keep going up from that basis up to the white aqua upper. Now, I'm not saying that cannot happen, but I am saying this: if that did happen, this candle, we are overextended up, expect it to come back down at least to around the basis, because the red RSI is near the basis to hold it as support. So keep that in mind. Let's look at higher time frames. This is the 9-day. The blue LSMA is already above level 30. Now the red RSI is getting above level 30. We need that red RSI to get above level 50 to help upward pressure continue. We most certainly do. In that 9-day time frame, the blue LSMA is just below level 30 in the 8-day. The red RSI is above level 30. Since the red RSI is above level 30, we can go up from this white lower to the basis. If we want to have a chance of going up from the basis to the white aqua upper, this blue LSMA will need to get back up above level 30. And note, I said to have a chance of going up to the white aqua upper. That's currently contracting. This is going to take several 8-day candles We have 4.5 days remaining in the current 8-day candle. Blue SMA is already above level 30. The red RSI is about to get above level 30. And we're already looking like we're trying to go up from the white lower to the basis. But with the blue SMA above level 30, there's a chance to go up eventually towards the white aqua upper B band in the 11-day time frame. So from the looks of this, it's possible we could be on the verge of that occurring, but I'm not convinced yet. I'm not. We need to start, this is good in this 2-week with the red RSI in the 2-week. About to go above, well, it's already above level 30, saying that we can go up from the white lower to the basis. The white aqua upper B band though, 54,000 to 59,000. If that green RSI went up here towards the white aqua upper, and that red RSI is not up there, be prepared that if we did go up there to immediately come back down at least to the basis. Don't assume, oh, we're mooning. Don't assume that yet. We could just be legging up out of this upper boundary of this accumulation. The upper boundary of this accumulation has been right at the basis. If we want to go up from that to the white aqua upper and then find support right here at the basis, that's possible, but that red RSI needs to get close. It needs to get above level 40 to find support at the basis if we did go up to the white aqua upper. That's going to take a little time to play out. By the way, we have 4.5 days remaining before we have a new 2-week candle, just as we have 4.5 days remaining before we get a new weekly candle. The 20-day, the 3-week. $47,000, y'all, is pretty strong resistance. That's the basis. This red RSI in this 3-week needs to turn on up and get back above level 40 to have a chance of holding that as support at the basis, and then have a chance to going up from the basis to the white aqua upper. But keep in mind, each one of these candles is a period of 3 weeks. So it's still a little time yet. In my opinion, it's still quite a bit of time yet. Again, as far as accumulating for investing, yeah, I've been recommending doing that for quite some time, especially on the dips. That's what that green text bubble is for. When I say that green text bubble, let me go ahead and enlarge it. That green text bubble. And if you're watching a recording, you can pause it and read it. But yeah, on each one of these dips, I've had that up here ever since right here for this white aqua upper B band, whenever we were right here falling, and that's not aqua upper B band, aqua diagonal trend line. Ever since we were falling here, I was saying that it looks like we're coming down to this aqua diagonal trend line. That was when I posted this. So that's not a bad time to begin investing. Buy these dips, buy these dips, buy this dip, near the aqua diagonal trend line. Yes, it may fall further eventually. That is possible, especially if there's a hack of the financial system, a hack of exchanges and whatnot. That's certainly possible. But that's why I said dollar cost average. You're not using every bit of your capital to buy all your coins right here, and then that's it, you're done. Some people do that, which is perfectly fine as an investor. That's perfectly fine if you wanted to do that. because that meant you're also perfectly fine if it falls further, because you believe in the project and you believe eventually, it's going to be much higher than where it was that you bought it, and you're perfectly fine if it goes lower because you feel confident enough that it will eventually continue back higher. Some people invest like that. They do. While others are a little bit more methodical and dollar cost average, dollar cost average, dollar cost average, on every dip. They may have divided up their capital into like 8 to 10 portions, 8 to 10 equal portions. That's what I was talking about here, 10 or more portions. Let me go ahead and reduce the size of that. I no longer see the back arrow. They must have moved that in an update. Okay, there it is. It's over here now. Okay, they moved it. Okay. Yeah, we'd say right now 47,000. 47,000. The B-band basis in the weekly is our current resistance, which means I'm also saying we have potential to go up to that. We most certainly do. This candle, this current weekly candle, the remaining 4 days, 13 hours, providing upward pressure continues. I'm in the short-term group. Red RSI just got above level 50, closed above level 50, the previous 8-hour candle, with the white energy real high and still rising, showing no sign of wanting to go down yet. All right, so upward pressure is continuing until the white energy comes back down to level 50. All right, now if we want to get expansion up and keep going up towards 47,000, which is around this purple, upper purple B-band. Now if we got expansion, it would be more like the red upper B-band at that time at around 47,000. That's still possible. But keep in mind that it may come to a halt at 45,000 at this red diagonal trend line. Yes, it's possible to go a little bit above the red diagonal trend line in the 6-hour. Let me point that out. Here's this red diagonal trend line. Note how we came up just above it, bouncing off of it, and then fell below it, down to this aqua diagonal trend line. Eventually came back up above it, found support for a minute, and then fell back down below it. This time, we may go up above it. It could go up as much as 47,000. And then come back down and find support on that red diagonal trend line, may hang out on it a little while, just like how we hung out on it a little while here. Why hang out on it a little while? Because if we want to go up from this basis, 47,000 in the weekly, I wonder if I have a pitchfork here. Yes, I do. All right. It's not showing it. Wow. Oh, that's why. My drawings are hid. Okay. If we want to go, you see the red diagonal trend line here. We could potentially go a little bit above it to around 47,000 and then come back down to it and find support there because the red RSI is nearly up there. But now we need that blue LSMA. It's going to be hard to go up to that white aqua upper, meaning it's going to be hard to go up from this red diagonal trend line towards this yellow diagonal trend line. Note how the white aqua upper B bands are falling towards this yellow diagonal trend line at around 50,000, 50 to 53,000. If we want to go up from this red diagonal trend line, we may go up above it to 47K, come back down to it, find support on it. But then if we want to go up to the yellow diagonal trend line around 50 to 53,000, that would be the white aqua upper B bands. This blue LSMA needs to get on up above level 30. It needs to get on up above level 30. It can go above level 20 here the next candle, and then we're easily at the basis. The B band basis, 47,000. Or just shy of that, or just shy of 47,000. But within proximity of 47,000. But if we want to really go up from the basis to the white aqua upper, which would be around this yellow diagonal trend line, this blue LSMA needs to begin making its way up above level 30. It's got to do that. As an example, right here, the red RSI made it above level 30, we go to the basis. But then if we want to go up from the basis to the white aqua upper, that blue LSMA needs to get above level 30. It needs to get above level 30. That's what I mean by right here. And I think that was an excellent example to show you that. Yes, you're getting all kinds of nuggets this video. You're getting all kinds of nuggets this video. Because I want to encourage you to visit the website. There's a lot to learn on the website. You're not getting everything here. Just want to encourage you to come there. And it won't be long before I begin providing signals. We're hopefully looking at this weekend, hopefully Monday at the latest. We got things solved with Android, working on a few things with iOS, and believe we'll have it done this weekend. But I also need to finish the last lesson for the high time frame scalping section that mainly involves money management, risk management, and where do we set our stop loss for a margin long and a margin short, or buying outright or selling outright. I'm just looking at these for a moment. I'm curious. I'm going to look at one altcoin. That's it. One altcoin. Then I have to get to work on taxes, but one altcoin. And I think y'all know what coin that's going to be. I'm a big fan of Cardano. Let's do... Okay, I know why I don't have a super macro group yet, because I know not enough data is there for my super macro group. So we'll have macro, then long term, then midterm, then near term, and short term. I'm just making sure they're all there. All right, let's also have that chart up as well. And I've been saying for quite a while, it's possible for us to fall within this yellow long extended rectangle. It's possible. But let's have a look at these time frames here. Let's go to the short-term group. Oof. That energy starts coming down, man. It's trying to go up from the basis to the white aqua upper. That blue LSMA better get above level 30. Otherwise, it's coming right back down. going up to the white aqua upper here. Our blue SMA is right at level 30. We were red RSI and blue SMA were already above level 30 here. So all it took is that green RSI shooting up. Here we go up to the white aqua upper real quick like, because they're both above level 30 in that 4 hour. Okay, let's see what our near term group looks like. There's a chance for the white aqua upper, the next 12-hour candle that begins in 36 minutes. There's a chance for it. White aqua upper is 93 to 96 cents currently. 93 to 96 cents. But if we want to get expansion up in that 12-hour, this red RSI better get on up here above level 50 and the blue SMA at least above level 40. Well, that's still quite a few more 12-hour candles if we are to do that. Yeah, that basis at 88.9, you might as well say 89 cents. That's pretty strong resistance right now in the 24-hour. Why am I saying the basis in the 24-hour is pretty strong resistance? Let me see what you're saying there. Previous 6 months, I wish to hear your idea. Okay. Let me open this up. This red RSI and blue SMA are way below level 20, y'all. That basis may be it. Just like the basis was it right here. Blue SMA could not get above level 30. Red RSI made it above level 30. We made it to the basis, but the basis was acting as resistance. Level 50, basis was acting as resistance. This was what you would call a bull trap right here. Immediately when that green RSI came down, white energy went below level 50. You know, we're coming down. The basis was acting as resistance in this 24-hour. Well, in my opinion, it's the basis 88.9. You might as well say 89 cents. Is definitely resistance, because that red RSI is not up here at least above level 40 to have a chance of going up from the basis. Notice I said to have a chance of going up from the basis. In other words, better odds of going up from the basis. Now, I've seen times where we go up above the basis to the white aqua upper, but then it immediately falls back down. Why? Because if the price action went up to the white aqua upper and this red RSI is nowhere near up here at this white aqua upper area, we are overextended up. It's coming back down. Odds are very high it's coming back down if that were to occur. Just letting you know that. So don't get into FOMO if you all of a sudden just saw it, bam, up to the white aqua upper. Oh, that's a setup. I would wait. If you missed that trade, if you did not open a trade here, really this 24-hour, you use this for a swing if you're swing trading, not scalping. Now, when scalping, you would still use the 12-hour and 24-hour to determine, is your momentum up, is your momentum down? Because when I'm scalping using the short-term group, I want to make sure if the momentum's up, I'm only focusing on signals for opening a long position or buying outright. If my 12-hour and 24-hour are showing momentum down, I'm not looking to long with downward momentum. I am looking to short with downward momentum, providing I get a premium signal for shorting. Of course, I get into that in lessons on the website. In other words, have it designed where you get proficient with the indicators Have it designed, set up so that with practice you're going to know if you're high time frame scalping. All right, let's say, all right, my current momentum is up based on the 12-hour, 24-hour, 2-day, 3-day. My current momentum's up. I got a premium signal here on my certain time frames in the short-term group, and that signal is suggesting to the basis or to the white aqua upper. I also see from the spread percentage on my white aqua lower or my aqua orange lower about where to set my stop loss at 2%. I already know my target is at the B-band basis or the white aqua upper. If it's to the basis, that's a base hit. If it's to the white aqua upper, that is a double. Sometimes you'll have triples, sometimes you'll have home runs, especially if you end up doing opening a high time frame scalp position while at the same time we are on the verge of a major swing up in the near term group. That's where those home runs come into play. When we're on the verge of a major swing. Scalping is not swing trading, but sometimes people do manage to open a scalp at the same time that we are about to have a swing, a major swing. Some people only have the time to swing trade and not scalp. But through my lessons, everything that you learn for scalp trading, using the short-term group, trading with the momentum in the near-term group, is no different than if you are swing trading using the near-term group that's in harmony with the momentum you see in the mid-term group. It's no different. You're just using different groups of time frames. Signals are the same. Signals look at the exact same, just different groups of time frames. Let's get back to the Cardano. Let's get back to Cardano. Yeah, white lower B band, 96 cents in the 5-day. Let's go full screen with these. We'll start with 2-day going full screen. Red RSI. The next 2-day candle that begins in about 12 and a half hours, we might have a chance of going up from that white lower, but hey, right now we'd have to say the basis at 99 cents is resistance, because also that blue OSMA needs to get on up above level 30 along with the red RSI to have a chance to continue up to the white aqua upper B bands. By the way, what I was mentioning there a moment ago, I didn't finish what I was saying, and I'm bad about that. I'm bad about that. I forgot to also transition for you to see the chart. The way I have it set up with my lessons, where if you're proficient with my indicators, you know where your momentum is, you're making sure you're trading with your momentum, you know where to open the trade, where to set your stop loss, you know what your target is. You're planning to either take complete, full 100% profit at that target once it's reached, or you may take 50% target or take 50% profit, you go and take profit of 50% of your position while letting the other 50% ride, because sometimes you don't necessarily know that you're going to continue to the white aqua upper for a long, or continue from the basis to the white aqua lower for a short. Sometimes you have to wait another 1 or 2 candles to determine the odds of that occurring. Those occasions is when you decide to take not full profit, 100% profit, just close your position outright once you reach that target. Instead, you just decide to take 30%, 33%, 50% profit while letting the remainder ride, because now after another 1 or 2 candles you see, hey, I see a chance to continue further up to the white aqua upper or further down to the white aqua lower. Might even get expansion down and get a triple instead of a double out of this, maybe a home run. But I get into that too. I want you to get used to taking your profit. But key is knowing where and when to take your profit, how much profit, things of that sort. Which a lot of people have a problem with, which is why they have a problem with being consistent. If you want to be a successful trader, you must be a consistent trader. Some people can trade very good and they're only correct on their analysis maybe 50% of the time. But they're such a good trader at managing their money and managing their risk, that's why they're consistently a profitable trader. But they can be much more profitable if they also get very good with their analytics. Even though they're a very good trader, they may not be very good in their analysis and their analytics. Let's go back to 3-day full screen. Ooh. Again, that white lower B band, let me increase the font size just a moment. Appearance, let's go to 20. Let's apply to all. Hit OK. All right, that white lower B band is 88 cents in this 3-day time frame. If we want to go up from the white lower B band, we want to go up from the white lower B band, or let me say it this way, if we want to have increased odds of going up from this white lower B band to the basis, this red RSI, it needs to get at least on the verge of going up above level 30, the white lower. And we still have some work to do in this 3-day. We have 1.5 days remaining in this 3-day candle. So it's possible before this 3-day candle closes that this green RSI turns up above level 30 and this red RSI may be right at level 20 by the time this candle closes. By the time this candle closes. That is very possible. The reason why I say that's very possible is because we still have what appears to be some upward pressure going on still yet in this 6-hour and 8-hour. What was our 12-hour like? It's that 12-hour that red RSI has a lot of work to do to get above level 50. And y'all know, those of you who have followed me for a while know why I mentioned that. Because if we want to go above the basis and remain above the basis, here's the basis, the yellow dotted line. If we want to go above the basis and remain above the basis for a sustained period of time, the red RSI has got to get above level 50 and the blue LSMA has got to be above level 50. If you want to go up from this basis and remain above that basis, that red RSI has got a lot of work to do to get above level 50. That's why I'm seeing this basis at basically 88 cents. That's pretty strong resistance right now. So if we continue going up on this, that is a bull trap. If we continue going up above the basis, that is a bull trap. The red RSI is not up there to help keep it up there. Expect a pullback if that occurred. Don't feel like you always have to trade. If you missed a trade, just drop it. Just forget it. There's always another trade. Look at another pair for another potential trade. If you also missed it on those as well, wait. Don't FOMO in. Wait. I get into that in the lessons. We're not quite ready yet, y'all. Even if we look at this weekly, look at how low this blue LSMA is. Like right here. Below level 10, Yeah, we came up to the basis right here, but did the blue LSMA get above level 30 to go up to the white aqua upper? No, the basis, the red RSI at level 50, the basis was it. Now when the red RSI and blue LSMA got above level 30, now we go up to the white aqua upper. But not only that, the red RSI and blue LSMA are getting above level 50. We have a chance for expansion up here. So just in seeing that, what I explained in here, look at this blue LSMA in the weekly. That is super low. We have a lot of work to, if we want to go up from that white lower B band towards the basis, or let me say it this way, if we want to have increased odds of going up from this white lower B band at 95 cents, if we want to go up from that towards the basis, that red RSI needs to get above level 30, and this blue SMA needs to get above level 10 to go up to the basis. Just like here, when the red RSI got above level 30 with the green RSI going up. So here we are starting to make a move going up from the white lower B band towards the basis. Note here where the blue LSMA went above level 10, that's where we started to go up from the white lower. The red RSI managed to make it up near level 50, but basis was it. That blue LSMA just could not get above level 30 with the green RSI still going up. Once the green RSI turned down, the blue SMA not above level 30, forget the white aqua upper. Forget it. We were not going to make it. So we have a lot of work yet to do in this weekly, y'all. We still have a lot of work to do. Even to go up from the white lower B band. Now, could we be making it up towards the white lower B band currently on this current weekly candle? And then maybe the next candle, the next weekly candle, the green RSI turns up, the red RSI makes contact with the green while turning up, indicating upward pressure, and the red RSI is getting on the verge of going up above level 30 the next candle, but not quite yet. So it may be the next candle after that where we could see the blue LSMA is above level 10, 2 more weekly candles from now could be above level 10, and the red RSI is above level 30, and we see a couple of weekly candles from this weekly candle that we're finally going up towards the basis. That would be a lower price than where we are currently. It'd probably be more like around $1.25 by then. So we still have a lot of work to do for Cardano, in my opinion. Still have a lot of work to do. Yeah, I'm not going to provide scalping signals here in this publication for, actually it was too short, we're too late providing a scalping signal here. The scalping, the time to scalp was much sooner than right now. I'm too busy with taxes and whatnot. Plus I'm only providing scalping signals when I'm awake on the website. But that won't be until sometime this weekend, or hopefully no later than Monday. But again, I will only be providing high time frame scalping signals when I'm awake. I will set alarms for swing signals to wake me up at any time. If I'm asleep, for swing signals, that's where I'm using the near term group as far as when I actually execute the trade, and make sure that when I call a signal to execute that trade based on what we're seeing in the near term group, make sure that that trade is with the momentum, the energy that we see in the midterm group. But I will set alarms for that to wake me up for swing trade signals, but I will not set alarms to wake me up for scalping signals. If I did that, I would never get any sleep. So on my website, it's just me. Of course, I have help on Discord with Kyle and Mo, and Mo building the website and whatnot, building the signals application and all that. But are they the ones who are actually providing the signals and the education? No, that's just me. Hopefully, eventually, over time, there will be more than just me providing education and signals. It's just going to take time. This is a totally new method. I doubt that there's only one person close to what I'm doing. They call him Mr. RSI. I forgot his real name. I just found out about him a few months ago. Somebody sent me some links to some of his videos, and I was like, I'll be doggone. We sound pretty familiar. Only different methods. He does not have Phoenix Ascending. He does not have badass B-bands that I feel, actually I know, are superior indicators to what he's using. They are superior. I'm convinced of that, because he's basically using RSI and moving averages. That's it. That tend to be lagging indicators. But not only that, he does not have badass B-bands. I do. What's so good about badass B-bands? Well, with badass B-bands, I think y'all I knew I was holding back for quite a while whenever I saw it, that certain levels within Phoenix Ascending was in harmony with certain B-bands in badass B-bands that are based on the standard deviations in badass B-bands are based on Fibonacci. But I was noticing that the red RSI and blue LSMA and green RSI and all, depending on where they were, that was in harmony with certain B-bands, whether it be upper or lower B-bands. Then I decided later on, all right, let's go and color code this. That's where I color coded the different levels within Phoenix Ascending to be in harmony with the color code of badass B-bands, to make it a little bit simpler, easier to use, so you don't have to remember numbers. You just look at the colors within Phoenix Ascending associated with the colors that are in badass B-bands. In my opinion, these are far superior to his RSI and moving averages that he's using, that Mr. RSI is using. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a damn good trader and pretty damn good at analytics. And I believe if he got his hand a hold of this, he could be even better. All right. I think we have to say that 90 cents for now, the white lower B-band in the 3-day time frame. White lower B-band, 88 cents. It could wick a little bit above it, 90 cents. We have to say that's resistance for now. But that 2-day is acting like we could potentially go on up from the white lower B-band towards the basis. But that won't be potentially until the next 2-day candle. That would also require this red RSI and blue SMA in the 12-hour, in the 24-hour, to go up like a bat out of hell if we're to do that. Actually, these B-bands are pretty, they're not very wide in the 12-hour, I don't think. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're not very, this is wide. Yeah, they're not very wide right now. So no, they wouldn't necessarily have to go up like a bat out of hell. That next 12-hour candle that begins in 12.5 minutes. Do y'all want me to stay on here with you another 12.5 minutes and let's see where they are? I imagine y'all do. That's going to make the stream longer, but so be it. I probably should go and stay on here another 12.5 minutes. Have a look and see what that looks like. Then what Bitcoin looks like. Then I must get on my taxes and try to get my profit and loss sheet, my balance sheet, along with a few other things for support to my accountant and get that done so that I can then come back and begin work on my final lesson for high time frame scalping. Oops. We're going to sit here and wait a little less than 12 minutes for a new candle. How many do we have viewing the stream at the moment? I'm curious. $24. All right. Got to start somewhere. Maybe eventually, someday, I'll have 2,000-3,000 on the stream at one time. I would be happy with that. All right, if you're just coming to the stream, it would be beneficial to you to rewind the stream once this is done and watch it. I think it's worth your valuable time. Anybody else in the chat, you're welcome to tell any new people coming to the stream if it's worth their valuable time to rewind this, especially if you are using my indicators. In fact, while we're waiting, let's go ahead and do this. Setup video for Phoenix Ascending and Badass B-Bands. There's a link for setup for Phoenix Ascending and Badass B-Bands. I just posted that link right here, the setup. Now, if you think in that setup video, if you think that you're not getting Phoenix Ascending 2.312, I want to say it is. Yeah, 2.312. Phoenix Ascending 2.201 is in fact Phoenix Ascending 2.312. It is. It's just that whenever I first posted Phoenix Ascending 2.201, I messed up by putting version 2.201 in the title. How did I mess up by doing that? Because they will not let me change the title. So I never should have put a version in there. I explain in here and I show you, I prove it to you that if you do select Phoenix 2.201, which is in the title of the script, it is in fact 2.312. It is. And this is just a short 3-minute video. So I'll go and post that in the chat as well. Welcome, Johnny. Enjoy your day, bud. Thanks for joining. Let me get this back to... Let's go and have the short-term group up while we're doing this. We have approximately 7 minutes. Approximately 7 minutes. I probably should also put in the description a link to the setup video for Phoenix Ascending and Badass B-Bands. Yep, you're very welcome, Corey. Hopefully I did not mess up the pronunciation of your first name. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you investing your valuable time with me, and I certainly do appreciate your support. And if y'all could press a like for me there, I'd appreciate it. That I guess it helps me on YouTube. I don't know if it does or not. I don't know if it does or not. It may help more if I had thousands of subscribers right now. I don't know if it helps very much or not. It might help some in the analytics, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works. We have approximately 5 minutes now till we get a new 12-hour, a new 6-hour, a new 4-hour, a new 3-hour, a new 2-hour, a new 1 hour, a new 30-minute. Okay, cool. I might as well put some more juice in my e-cig. While we're waiting. Plus I'm letting my voice relax a little bit. I remember when I used to teach telephone technicians and engineers how to use their meters to identify and locate troubles. It's usually a 2-week class, quite a few 1-week classes as well. But if I ever took a break for a week, especially 2 weeks, and I came back at the end of that first day, my throat would be sore from speaking 8 hours that entire day, non-stop, except for lunch. But we always took breaks too. We'd take a 10-minute break every hour and a half. Actually, about every hour and 15 minutes, I'd take a 10, no more than 15-minute break. The way to go. How do we know when these live streams are? All right. Right now, I have no fixed schedule. I finally got some decent sleep. Where I had 9.5 hours sleep, where in Kyle and Mo, my Chief Operations Officer and Chief Technical Officer, Kyle and Mo will tell you, and some premium subscribers, they don't know me as well as Kyle and Mo, but there's times I don't get much sleep at all. I might take a 2-3 hour nap and then I'm back at it again, you know, over and over again until it gets to the point where I just get completely exhausted. And then turn off all alarms and force myself to get a decent amount of sleep, which that's what ended up occurring here recently whenever I went to sleep at around 4:30 p.m. yesterday and woke up at 2 a.m. this morning. So about 9.5 hours. But yet I don't have a schedule. The market doesn't work on my schedule. In other words, it's not like the market says, hey, David Ward's sleeping right now. Let's chill, y'all. Let's wait till he wakes up and we'll start moving again. The market doesn't work on my schedule. I have to work on the market schedule. So I can't really... I may do something like 1 or 2 videos a week, maybe like on a Wednesday, one on a Wednesday. Let's say one on a Wednesday or Thursday, and then do another one on a Saturday or Sunday. Just kind of a market update for near to midterm outlook, not necessarily short-term outlook. I may go and touch upon the short-term, but the main focus will be near to midterm in those videos. How are the burnout troubles? Burnout. Actually, I don't really feel burned out right now. I know whenever I get down here, when signals get to going this weekend or Monday, I'm going to go every day, day in, day out, for as long as I can, meaning for as many days or weeks that I can. We'll have to figure out, we'll see how long I can go before I just get burned out and I have to take time off. And whenever I have to take time off, my premium subscribers know and understand that whenever I take time off, whether it be 2 days or 10 days, whatever number of days that I take off, they have that number of days reimbursed to their subscription. Because that's not right for me to take off anywhere from 2 to 10 days. Let's say I work 90 days straight. It's time to take time off, spend some time with my wife and son, maybe go on a vacation to the beach somewhere. And if I take off 10 days, everyone will get 10 days added back to their subscription. That's the fair way to be. If they paid for 3 months, 90 days, let's say, well, I'm going to make sure that they get the 90 days, meaning I'm with them 90 days total. So that's the only fair way to do it. That's the only way I can do it for right now, because it's just me with this knowledge. Eventually, I hope to have others trained up to help me not work so hard, you might say, with alarms where I got to get up because an alarm is sounded off. I have to wake up from my sleep, go and have a look after I get the alarm. Okay, it's time to give a short signal or a long signal and all. It would be so nice if I have other people trained up working with me who can provide those signals while I'm sleeping. Yeah, that's the goal, to eventually get to that. Have you had health complications due to lack of sleep, due to your trading lifestyle in general? No, not really. Not in my opinion. I mean, yeah, there was a time that I figured out I could not sleep in this office. I used to have a twin mattress here on the floor where I would sleep. I later found out that I could not go into REM, where you're dreaming and whatnot. I was not getting quality sleep in here with all of these LED TVs and all the blue light. And that probably bothered me and probably contributed to my back. Because if you can't get proper sleep, your body cannot heal properly. Just like if you work out and stuff, you tear muscles. When we sleep, that's how we repair our muscles. But that's also how we repair our mind, is by getting proper sleep. So I no longer sleep in here. I did sleep in here a couple of nights ago, and after waking up, I wish I didn't, because I still felt exhausted. I woke up after 5 hours. That's another thing about sleeping in here. When you do sleep in here, you can't sleep for very long. 5, maybe 6 hours at the most. And during that 5 to 6 hours, are you going to go into rapid eye movement, dream and all, which means you're having good quality sleep? No, you won't get that in this office. I'm perfectly fine with it when I'm awake. Perfectly fine with it when I'm awake. But I'm not going to sleep in here. But as far as putting that bar, I haven't set a bar for how high, meaning I haven't set a bar yet as far as how many days will I work straight and then how many days will I take off. I don't know yet. This is the first time for me to do this, to provide signals and education to paid subscribers. It's the first time for me to do this. So this is a filling out period to figure out what I can and cannot do within reason. All right, yeah, I will. Okay, we have a new candle. So let's go ahead and let me transition back, turn off my camera. Now let's transition back to that. Let me move this. I'm getting my chat box done correctly. All right. Let's go to the 12 hour, see what that looks like. We're getting above level 20. It makes sense at the basis at 87 cents for the 12 hour. Of course, it'll be a while before we get a new 24 hour. We need another 12 hours to go by. Let's have a look at our short-term group real quick. We did not get a new 8 hour yet, but we did get a new 6 hour, 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour, 90 minute, 1 hour, and 30 minute. Upward pressure still continues because the red RSI closed above level 50, which means upward pressure continues until the white energy comes back down to level 50. Same thing here in the 3 hour, same thing here in the 4 hour, 6 hour. The red RSI was not above level 50 the previous candle. We just now went above level 50 in the 6 hour. Could we have expansion up a little bit of expansion up the next 6 hour candle? Maybe potentially begin to see visible sign of it this 6 hour candle. Sure, that's possible. With this contraction still going on, we have to be careful because this contraction may result in sideways for a little while. Keep contracting and contracting. So definitely the white upper B band, the green RSI is up here at level 70, the white upper at the moment, saying we can go up to the white upper, but in order for us to stay up there, that red RSI needs to get on up there. And especially the blue LSMA, it needs to get above level 30 to have a chance of staying up there, but I just don't see it. The white aqua upper, if we went up there, at least come back to the basis. So if we went up to 88 to 90 cents, somewhere in that range, I would expect it to fall back down to around 85 cents, the B-band basis, to at least fall back down back to around 85 cents if we went up to 88 to 90 cents. Let's look at Bitcoin for a moment. I think that's the immediate group. Let's look at the short-term group. We got a new 6 hour showing support of the white aqua upper because the red RSI is up there. Will we continue to get expansion up? Well, a lot of that depends on what happens the next 8 hour candle that begins in approximately 4 hours. We need that blue LSMA to get above level 40 because the red RSI is already above level 50. If that blue LSMA can get above level 40, we can begin to see visible sign of expansion. Still looking like that red diagonal trend line around 43,500. This candle. Just a moment. That energy acts like it wants to turn back up in the 90 minute. We know in the 3 hour and the 4 hour, the red RSI is above level 50. Upward pressure continues until that white energy comes back down to level 50. Until the white energy comes back down to level 50. Until the white energy comes back down to level 50. So, right now, I say the odds are quite high of making it to 44,000 at the red diagonal trend line. But we may very well end up going above it to around 45,000. Potentially as high as 47,000. That is possible. Yeah, the red RSI and blue SMA are both above level 30. So we should be coming on up here to this white aqua upper B band in the 2-day time frame around the red diagonal trend line. The aqua upper B band is 44,700, just shy of 45,000. So whenever I say 45,000, that doesn't mean exactly that number. Within proximity of that. Within proximity of that. This 33 moving average in the 3-day time frame, I use that quite a bit in the 3-day time frame. That's this blue dotted line, the 33 moving average. It's been acting as resistance. Acting as resistance. May end up acting as resistance again. That's 45,298. You might as well say 45,300. Of course, we already knew white aqua upper is the target here, and that is our 100 moving average. 43,704, this pink dotted line. That might be the, hold on a second, that might be the 200. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. I don't want to tell you wrong there. Yeah, the pink is 200 moving average. The pink is 200 moving average. The blue is 100 moving average here on this chart. My bad. My bad. I have the 33 moving average in my short-term group, this blue. I'm sorry about that. I misspoke there. So that blue is the 100, this pink is the 200. We've had support at the 200 moving average in the 3-day. We've had resistance at the 100 moving average in the 3-day. We've been trading right inside that. In kind of like a wedge, kind of has just been getting tighter and tighter. Yeah, I see the red diagonal trend line quite easily in that 12-hour. Let's go full screen with that. White aqua upper B bands, 43,241 to 44,678. The odds are actually quite high if upward pressure continues this entire 12-hour candle. It's possibly this 12-hour candle may even potentially be red, but then the next 12-hour candle after that, we go to or just above the red diagonal trend line. We're already at the white aqua upper B bands in the daily. Just reminding you of that. I know I said that earlier in the stream, but this is kind of a recap before I stop the stream and get back to work on taxes. So we may have to wait, might have to wait until the next daily candle to get on up here towards this red diagonal trend line at 44 to 45,000. 44 to 45,000 may not be until the next daily candle that begins in 11 hours and 45 minutes approximately. So we need that blue LSMA to get above level 30 along with the red RSI. But again, that's providing upward pressure continues, and right now it looks like, even this 6-hour and that 8-hour, that's several 8-hour candles before the white energy comes down to level 50. That's several 6-hour candles probably. At least 2 more, if not 3 or 4 more, before the white energy comes down to level 50 in the 6-hour. Yeah, I definitely see the odds quite high of us at least hitting this red diagonal trend line right at 44,000, but could wick on up above it to around 45,000, possibly as much as 47,000. We won't know that until what we see in the short-term group. That's not the short-term group. until what we see in the short-term group here a little bit later. Need a little bit more to play out. Meaning, if this white energy comes back up again, and then watching it come back down to level 50 again, we'll have to get an idea in this 90-minute and this 2-hour. This sometimes the white energy just does this and goes sideways along level 50 before then falling. In that case, if you saw that in the 2-hour, you would then have to look in the 3-hour. Then if the 3-hour white energy does that and comes right and just goes sideways at level 50, well, now you have to look at the 4-hour. If it does that, now you have to look at the 6-hour, so on and so forth. But there's other things that you look at too with the red RSI and blue SMA, but exact opposite from a long. As far as a short is concerned, exact opposite. Yeah, so I'm saying we're still looking pretty strong at going at least to 44, 45,000 range. Could wick up as high as 47,000 for Bitcoin. But also keep in mind that may be it. Why am I saying 47,000? That's the basis in the weekly. I'm just reminding you of that. Just reminding you of that. That's the basis in the weekly. That's resistance right now. 47,556. The reason I'm saying that's resistance is this blue LSMA above level 30 to increase the odds to go up from the basis to the white aqua upper B bands. No. That's why the B band basis is resistance. It's not support. It cannot become support unless this blue LSMA gets on up here above level 30. Does that make sense? I think it does. I believe it does, especially those of you who have followed me for quite a while. That's why the basis in the weekly is resistance. Because we have very reduced odds, very slim odds of going up from that basis to the white aqua upper if this blue LSMA is not above level 30, like it was here. Then we left up from the basis to go to the white aqua upper. You see what I'm saying there? That's why I'm saying right now that basis in the weekly at 47,554 is likely to be lower the next weekly candle. But right now that is definitely resistance. In my opinion, that is definitely resistance. And just remind you as a recap for Cardano, looking at the weekly for Cardano, we still have a lot of work to do with that blue LSMA, which means the composite groups who are also Bitcoin maximalist, they are accumulating as many Bitcoin as possible on the altcoin Bitcoin pairs, which means they have to manipulate the altcoin USD pairs in order to continue accumulating Bitcoin on the altcoin Bitcoin pairs. So this altcoin USD pair, it's still a while yet to get this red RSI and blue LSMA above level 50 like we were here. Bam! We need that red RSI and blue SMA to get back above level 50 in order to have bam, to go up. Sorry if that was loud. But yeah, we still have a lot of work yet to do for Cardano. We still currently have upward momentum to around 90 cents, the basis. Now, that's this current 24-hour candle. This 12-hour candle, we're already at the basis. Can we go to the white aqua upper in the 12-hour? Can we go from the basis to the white aqua upper B bands in the 12-hour? Well, that depends. This candle, it looks like that's not going to happen. The next candle, that blue LSMA might get above level 30. And the red RSI the next candle. Might be right at or on the verge of going above level 30. But that's kind of hard to say at the moment. Let's look at the short-term group to see if we can get an idea of that occurring. Oh boy. Yeah, that red RSI better get above level 50 real quick in that 8-hour time frame. Why? The red RSI getting above level 50 helps upward pressure continue until the white energy comes down to level 50. Because if that white energy turns down and that red RSI is not above level 50, if that white energy turns down, the price action's coming down. Because the red RSI is not above level 50. If the red RSI did get above level 50 and the white energy turned down, well, upward pressure would still continue until that white energy comes all the way down to level 50. Here, energy's up real high. The very moment, well, number one, the blue LSMA, did it make it above level 30? No. No. Did the red RSI make it above level 30? No. Isn't level 30 white for white lower? That was our resistance, not the basis. The white lower B band, that was our resistance. That green, the very moment that energy started turning down, what did our price action begin to do? It began to turn down. Why? The red RSI is not above level 50. That's why. The red RSI can get above level 50. Well, upward pressure can continue even while the white energy is falling. Now, here's the thing, though. During a period of upward pressure, sideways at worst, upward at best. Sideways at worst, upward at best. Also, we held support at the white upper. We held support there. Why? Was the red RSI below the white upper? Was the red RSI below level 70? No. That's why the white upper was holding support. There's all kind of things that we get into on the website to help us know when to open a long or short, where to set our stop loss, what's our target, do we take full profit at that target or take 50% profit while letting the other ride? And you will know all of this. You will know all of this pre-planned before you even execute the trade. You already know what you're going to do before you even execute the trade. And that's, of course, the way I want the people who work with me eventually in the future. That's the way I want them to be. They know just by looking at the indicators. All right, I see this, 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 and this. Okay? That means we can go and open a long here, set my stop loss here. Here's my target right here, but because of this, let's say we take 50% profit right here. You wait for my other signal if you're to go ahead and close the rest of it later. Or if I'm telling you to take 50% profit right here when we reach the basis, that means you're letting the other 50% ride. All right, but there might come a chance where I say, no, doesn't look like it's going to make it there. Let's go and close that and take the rest profit. Let's go and take the rest. Let's go and close it. Where there will be other times, don't send that message, and which means you're still keeping it open until we reach that target, which could then be the white aqua upper B bands for a long, or it could be the white aqua lower B bands for a short. But if you're very familiar with my indicators, you already know from your higher group of time frames, number one, you are trading with the momentum, not against it. When you get ready to open a scalp in the lower time frames, you want that scalp in the lower time frames to be with the momentum in the higher time frames, first and foremost. All right, now once I see the signal in the short-term group of time frames, whether it be long or short, I already know when to actually execute that trade, where my stop loss is going to be, and where my target number one and potentially target number two is going to be. I already know that pre-planned before I even execute the trade. And I always emphasize patience. Don't feel like you have to always be in a trade. Wait for premium signal. And I just gave you a list, an example of premium signal. number one, for it to be premium, it better be with the momentum in the higher time frames. It better be with the momentum, not against it, if you want to be consistent. If you want to be consistent. But don't always feel like you have to trade. Wait for premium signal. And I gave you a list of what's considered premium signal, but I also get into more details on the website. And what's most importantly, what's key is repetition. To just hammer it in your head over and over and over and over again until eventually you say, hey man, I got it. I understand this. But also, when you have your plan to take profit, 100% profit here, at the basis for the short or at the basis for a long, or your plan is to take 50% profit at the basis for a short or long while letting the other 50% ride to the white aqua upper or the white aqua lower, stick to the plan. If your plan, you see, yep, that basis is resistance, that's it, and that blue LSMA is so low for a long or is so high for a short, yep, that basis is it, we're done, we're taking profit there. That's it, and take it. Don't sit there and hope, sit there watching, oh yeah, well, yeah, it's coming back up for that short, but I think it's going to turn around and come back down. No, don't do that. Don't do that. And I will get into that in this next lesson. This last lesson that I'm about to create for high time frame scalping involving money management, risk management, and where do I set my stop loss for a short or a long. Down to 38K. Kind of baffled as to why the demand. Let me go ahead and I don't trade that way, Jack Sloan. Like, for example, whenever you say you're kind of baffled as to why the demand was inexistent all the way down to 38K from 45K a few days ago. Yeah, as far as why the demand wasn't there, I don't know. But as far as looking at the indicators and being able to tell. By the way, I had that up here. Let me transition to that. I was reading Jack Sloan's comment here, but as far as the reason, the fundamentals behind why there is or is not demand, all we can do is speculate as to why there is or is not demand. And I've just learned I don't really invest my time there trying to do research to try to figure out if there is going to be demand or if there's not. It's just hard to do that. If you are doing that, and also that's really intended more for mid to long term, in my opinion, or macro, or even super macro, in my opinion. Is that helpful for scalping or near term? Scalping, certainly not. Near term, maybe on occasions, but not much. I've found that I don't really necessarily go by news or any of that. It's rare that news does affect, but I mainly go more by my indicators. My indicators say are to see this, this, and this, and this. Well, that means I do this, and keep emotion out of it. Keep emotion out of it. Don't get stressed. Just keep emotion out of it. And that's what I'm getting to in my last lesson for high time frame scalping, where if you understand the indicators very well, You're going to be correct 85% of the time. Will you be correct all the time? No. That's why you have a stop loss. And I also show where to set the stop loss and why. And you want to limit your loss to 2%, no more than 2%. Occasionally, will it be more than 2%? Because when your stop is triggered, there has to be enough orders there to swallow that loss that was triggered. Depending on the amount of capital you had in your trade, it may end up being 2.2, 2.3, 2.5% loss. Sometimes as much as 3% loss because of how much capital you may have actually had in the trade, in that position. But especially if it's very little capital, it'll probably be 2% every time. But the key is keep your losses small with your stop loss. And I cover where to set your stop loss and why, and it will make perfect sense to you. Perfect sense to you. And when you do have profits, number one, know when to take those profits. Know when to take them. That's a big problem with many people. They may have gotten lucky that they opened a position where they did, but they have no clue where they're going to close that position and take profit. It's just guessing. Seriously, it's just guessing. And they're hoping that maybe it will moon if they did a margin long. Hope it'll just moon from there and they keep that long position open for a long time. That's the way a lot of people are. There's really no real understanding of indicators, how to use those indicators, where could the price action be going. That's the advantage of my method over many other methods, is because badass B-bands really opened my eyes to Phoenix Ascending. Phoenix Ascending, I could tell when the price was going to go up or going to go down. But now as far as where it was going to go up to or where it was going to go down to, I did not wake up until I created Badass B-Bands. When I created Badass B-Bands, now everything made sense. And I came to a much better understanding then. But if you don't have proper, to me, you're blind without these indicators. You're blind. That's my opinion, of course, but you're blind without these two indicators. Never use one without the other. Never use one without the other. Because the Phoenix tells you when it can go up or down and where we could find support and or resistance when going up or down. Meaning, where are we going to take profit when we opened a position? Where are we going to take profit? Because I know going up, that's resistance. When going down on the short, no, that's support. I'm taking profit there. The better you understand your indicators, you can become much more consistent. You provide signal and premium chat. The reason I'm not providing a signal and premium chat right now is because, number one, I'm trying to finish taxes. Number two, I was trying to finish the lessons. Everybody who's been in premium chat for a while understands that. And also, as far as this, I know that has nothing to do with the signals application, but if I invest or keep coming down here looking at charts and stuff to provide signals for that, that's distracting me from finishing my lessons. But that's why I'm doing it the way that I want to, the way that I need to do it. That's a good question, but I've had a couple of people send me a message, or Kyle, my chief operations officer, a message saying that I'm unprofessional and all this kind of shit. I could care less, and you can take your ass on and move somewhere else. I told you this is beta. I also told you that once we begin providing signals, when this high time frame scalping section is done and we provide signals, didn't I tell you all this time, for whatever amount of time that you signed up, will be reimbursed to you? We just reimbursed everybody that started December 4th when we first went live. During that dump on that day, December 4th, I lost about $3,000 from people paying a subscription. I had nearly 100 people subscribe then on that one day. I lost about $3,000 during that period because they paid for their subscription when it was high and it had dumped quite a bit then. So number one, I already lost quite a bit there. But from December 4th, come March 4th, I knew, hey, we have to renew subscriptions, which I did. I renewed everybody's subscription because, again, this is beta. This is beta. And I told everybody, be patient. If you don't want to be patient, here's my signal to you. That's my signal to you. And I could care less if you think I'm unprofessional for giving anybody that signal. I could care less, because I know what I can do and what I will do. If people want to be impatient, I understand people being emotional right now because they want to make money. But also, I know what it takes to do things right. I train telephone technicians in very technical stuff, and engineers, very technical stuff, for over 20 years. And I know what it takes to teach somebody. I know how material needs to be done, how it needs to be set up in order to get it done right. I told people this is beta. If they don't want to be patient, want to name call me, say I'm being unprofessional, whatever, see ya. Bye. Don't want to be ya. Bye. And I could care less. If you're thinking, man, that's totally unprofessional, you would be in business like saying that to your customers. Well, I'm the type will not put up with any disrespect from a so-called customer. I told you this was beta. I also told you that your time will be reimbursed. Now, from the time that the high time frame scalping section is done, which is about to be done this weekend, and whenever we begin providing signals, then your 3 months, your 6 months, or your 12 months that you paid for, that's when it's beginning. Why? Because that is fair. That is fair. In other words, you didn't see me, or you signed up for 3 months, it's already passed up. Bye, I'm sorry, you were not here long enough for when signal starts. That is not the way to be. That's a cheat. I am not a cheat. I want to do unto others as I want them to do unto me. All right, but I understand people being emotional right now. I understand that because they want to make money. And they may need money for whatever reason real quick. Like they may have lost money. They may even lost more money while they're waiting on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you lost more money while waiting on me. But this is beta. We're still going to be in beta for whenever we start providing signals. I'm getting feedback. I'm getting feedback from premium subscribers when providing the signals, because I want to make sure the communication is correct. I want to make sure people understand, as far as whenever we actually send out the signals through Telegram, through the website, I want to make sure that they are understood so that people know when to take profit or when to take partial profit while letting the remainder ride. Things of that sort. There's going to be about a 2-week period where I'm getting feedback from premium subscribers. Then after about 2 weeks, that's when we will begin to provide basic subscriptions, which will be signals only. Signals only. That's it. Signals only for basic. Because there are people who do not have the time to invest to learn. For whatever reason. They just don't have the time, and they just want to know when to buy or sell. And I can respect that. I understand that. Which is why we will eventually have a basic subscription. Eventually. Yes, there's an online school. WyckoffMode.com. WyckoffMode.com. Yes, I most certainly will be trading with my signals. I've been holding off from trading. I've actually been taking a hit from not trading because I know if I actually do trade, if I open a trade, I'm going to want to watch it. And I can't focus. I can't focus on what I need to be doing, which is my lessons and my taxes and things of that sort. So no, I haven't been trading for a while, but you can bet I am itching to get back to trading. Oh, certainly am. What the Fed say, their goal is not to tell us the truth. Their goal is to stay in power. Yes, most certainly. Yes, most certainly. All right. I think we're going to call that quits, y'all. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and let me go to this, get personal. I think we're going to go ahead and call it quits. As far as a recap, I really don't need to spend more time on recap covering where I believe resistance is at this particular time for Bitcoin and for Cardano. And once we hit it where we could potentially fall to, things of that sort, just simply rewind the video. I know it's a long video, but just simply rewind the video. And I think we're going to go ahead and leave it at that. Thanks very much for joining the stream. I certainly do appreciate that. Appreciate your support. And certainly appreciate a like as well. If you want to subscribe, I welcome it and look forward to seeing you again here in the near future. But yeah, I need to go and get back to these taxes and get that out to my accountant before end of day. It's currently 5:41, maybe 6:41. Let me get my glasses on. It's 6:40, okay. Yeah, I need to get on taxes so I can get that to him. Easy to find out, but how do I subscribe to your premium service? Number one, you need a Discord because it's important for you to be able to go to the premium Discord chat rooms. There's a lot of other people in there as well. There's a lot of good quality conversation going on back and forth in there. So number one, if you don't have a Discord, create a Discord account. So you'll need that at sign up. You go to the website. We use a third party. I do not accept money from anybody on any social media. All money is handled on the website. We have a third party system, software, program that we use that sends an invoice to you for what the payment is, the address. It always generates a new wallet. When I say a new wallet, a new address for payment. Every invoice with different people, even the same person, if you come back again and renew, it's going to be a different address that you send the Litecoin to or the Bitcoin to. Because then that third party sends, they take a small fee and then send the rest to me, my actual wallet. So as far as you trying to look up to see, if you look up that address to see how much has he got in there, what all does he have in there, you're not going to see it because that's not my wallet. That's just an address that third party software generates for each and every invoice. All right, but yeah, you pay for that through that third party that's linked up API and all with our website. All right, when you pay, of course, you would provide an email address. Make sure you have your Discord username available, ready. That's part of the sign up. In order to get signals, you will get signals via the website when we begin offering signals, when we begin providing signals. you would get signals to the website, but through your email. On the website, if you're on the website, and your email, but it might behoove you to also create a Telegram account if you don't have one. I don't have a Telegram. I do, but I don't. Whenever I say I don't, I'm not using my personal Telegram for signals. Instead, also in the sign up, well, actually not during sign up, but after you had signed up, you go to your dashboard, you will see a place to enter in your Telegram. Everybody on their dashboard will enter in their Telegram link, account, or whatever, so that whenever we begin providing signals, you not only see the signals on the website, you not only get an email for it, you also get that signal sent to your Telegram. Not mine. You're not on my Telegram. You get a signal sent to your Telegram. Yeah, I haven't taken a shower the past 2-3 days, so that's another thing. And I'll take a shower and shave before I go to see my accountant. Yeah, I've been pretty busy here lately. But number 2, go to WyckoffMode.com and provide email. May want to create Telegram account as well for you to receive signals via Telegram. All right, but yeah, there's not much to it. It's important for you to also create that Discord account so that if, it doesn't happen very often, but if you have issues signing up, whether it's with payment, whatever, if you're on Discord, you will see let me switch that. If you're on Discord, just a moment, one more thing. Premium, trade chat, all that. And this is admin just for me, Cal, and Mo. This is just for the moderators. Basic channel, not available yet, but will be soon. So there's some chat room for there. Public channels, public chat. But if you have problems signing up or whatever, if you already have a Discord account and you came to our Discord as a public, in other words, you're not a premium subscriber yet, if you're having problems, you can go to our support at the help desk, support. Also find out facts, website issues, anything like that. If you are not a subscriber yet but having issues with something or wanting to find out more information, that's what this help desk is for. Welcome, announcement, Discord rules, how to subscribe. That's also here on how to subscribe. That you would see that on Discord. So it is beneficial for you to have a Discord account. Even if you don't have a premium account with WyckoffMode.com, if you want to find out more, go to Discord. There's some helpful information there in Discord. What did I do with my chat? All right. All right, we're going to go and call it quits now, y'all. And as always, you know the drill. Let's stay awesome. I'll go ahead and type that on here as well. Uh-oh. Did it end? Yes, it looked like it ended. Okay, no, it did. There it is. Okay, it posted. We'll see y'all. And thanks again for joining us.